All right. So we're going to talk about getting started using the PyCharm integrated development environment for Python. And I thought I'd do this one on Windows. It's very similar on Mac. We're just going to start up the environment and we're going to create a project and see a couple of the things that we can do and point to some tutorials that you can look at on the web. And so there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can go down here and type PyCharm in this little search bar down here. You could go to the Windows thing and you'll find, since it's been recently added or used, you'll see that the PyCharm EDU tab is up there. And you can also go down into JetBrains, who is the company that makes that, and see PyCharm EDU there. So any one of those, and I click it, and up comes PyCharm. We get a splash screen here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a new project. So with this opening screen, I'm going to go to new project here. This actually, let me just do a little housekeeping here and remove that from the list. So I'm going to go to new project, and I'm going to call the project project_0001. Everything else I'm going to leave as its default. And up comes the PyCharm environment, and over here I have sort of an Explorer window. We'll let this thing finish creating its virtual environment. Okay. And they have this kind of example project that they like to put in, and I'm just going to get rid of all that, and I'm going to add my own project, my own code, and we'll talk about this code. Now, we supply this file so you can do it yourself. And this says project_0001.py. I think it's actually called main.py over here. But on the Windows side of this, we can can we save the project, or no? I guess we can only close it. That seems to automatically checkpoint and save your file for you. So, but what you have with PyCharm is you have this sort of view over here of the files associated with your project. This is kind of common in integrated development environments. You have this gutter here, as it's called, this column here with line numbers and all that sort of thing. And then you have, let's see if that says anything. So then you have some Python statements over here, and to do a little bit of Python, I'm going to say these hashtag $, octothorpe, whatever you want to call them, they indicate that everything following them on a particular line is a comment and is not actually Python code per se. It's actually information about this program. And the programmer includes this information to help himself out as he is, hoping to reuse this code someday and know what it actually does. And also, he may be maintaining this code or needing, he may ask a question of himself when he's running this code to maintain some server systems or network systems. That's the sort of thing you guys are thinking about doing, is administrating and maintaining and troubleshooting personal computers, networks, and server computers, and that sort of thing. So you may write Python scripts that help you do that. But whatever business you're in, you'll want to include comments, and you'll also include some of the Python executable statements. I wouldn't say the comments aren't part of your Python program. They're absolutely a part of your Python program, but they contain meta information as opposed to actual program code, but they're really useful. So what I've done up here is I've put down a bunch of comments, and what you'll find in this area is 3 URLs. One, and if you hover over them, they'll say open in browser, control-click, control-B, something like that, no documentation found. So these are videos describing how to get started with JetBrains PyCharm environment. All right. In this program, all we're doing is we're opening up this code. You can type it in by hand, or you can copy and paste it from the file provided. And this little green arrow in the gutter, if your program doesn't have any obvious syntax errors in it, if the PyCharm environment doesn't detect that there are problems in your code, then this green arrow will appear, and you can run your code. All right, and so you just press this green button, and this code ran, and down here there's a print statement that said hello world, and another one that said hello, this is a PyCharm EDU from Mac OS. Well, this is actually Win 10, so maybe we should fix that a little bit. There we go. Now we'll run it again. Yes. Hello world, and hello, this is PyCharm EDU from Win 10. So you can go to these websites here and learn more about how to use PyCharm. You can do things like up in this little menu up here, which is pretty tiny, and I hope it shows up on the video. You can open projects, open recent, you can close a project, you can rename a project. That's pretty handy. If you're going to rename a project, make sure you do it using the environments method for doing that. And a lot of these other things I'm not going to, well, you can manage your own settings, but I would stick with things that are default. New projects setup, you can have templates here, but I'm using their template because I think it's very appropriate. And one doesn't need to print anything. The thing you care about is you look over here is, in our case, all we have is one Python file for us, and that's main.py in this program. So I guess I really should call this project 01. Maybe go, this is main.py. That would probably be a little more sensible. So what we're trying to do is getting started with Python using PyCharm, and there's your tutorials. Let me see if there's anything else here. Navigate. This would become more obvious once you learn some Python. It helps you kind of go around your code and that sort of thing. And the quintessential help, where you can go and find out. This is it tells you what version of PyCharm this is, and I think there's a place in here where you can maybe find out which. It tells you which Python edition this is using. So no, there's a PyCharm on YouTube right here to get you more information about it. Whoops, and I clicked on it. So up comes a web browser, and we get a oh, look at this, all these videos. I think there's probably a getting started here somewhere, but you can just go. I'm going to close this. You can just go to this one right here. And now let's see, what do? Do I control click on it? Open in browser. I can just, if I hover over it, I can come down here. Control click Control B. So let's try that. Control click Control B. Let's try a right click on it. I used to think this just went automatically opened it. Maybe something in the newer versions of Python have decided to change that behavior. There's a little, when I do it, there's a little light bulb thing that shows up over here. Inject language or reference. No thanks. If you can't get this to actually go that way, then just grab it. Control C will copy it. Go down here to the vaunted Microsoft Edge, I'm sorry. And
hello, and welcome to this video series, Getting Started with PyCharm.
You can see
integrated development environment for Python. I'm Paul Everett, PyCharm developer.
So Paul Everett will help you out with that. Okay. That's really all I wanted to say. I think you can find your way around. You can write programs, you can run programs, and you'll learn more about these things as we use it. So you can find out more by going to that first URL. And good luck, and we'll be seeing you soon. All right, bye.